One of my clients was about to accept a cash offer of $330,000 from an investor on a Boston multifamily. The property was occupied, it had no heat, and it was in rough condition. The investors told her it was her only realistic option. After working with me, she closed for $550,000. That's not an outlier. That's what happens when a seller has the right information before making a decision. My name is Alexandra, and I'm a real estate agent at RE/MAX Executive Realty. And I work with sellers across Boston, West Roxbury, Jamaica Plain, Hyde Park, and the suburbs like Newton, Needham, Dedham, Westwood, and the surrounding communities. In this video, I want to tell you who I am, how I work, and why the combination of experience I bring is genuinely different. Because in this industry, experience varies widely. You deserve to know what you're getting before you sign a listing agreement with anyone. I have been a licensed real estate agent for 22 years, but the part of my background that most directly shapes how I work for sellers isn't my license. It's that I've been a real estate investor since 1993. That's 33 years of buying, managing, flipping, and navigating properties in this market. At my peak, I owned eight properties, including a 6-unit apartment building. I've flipped several houses. I even converted a mixed-use building in East Boston into condos, managing the construction, the legal conversion, everything myself. So what that means for you is that I walk into every property with an investor's eye. I can tell you quickly what it's worth, what it would cost to address problems, and whether improvements make financial sense before you list. And I can also tell you exactly how a buyer who runs the numbers is going to evaluate it. Most listing agents are working off comparable sales. I'm working off that plus 3 decades of owning and operating real property. I also hold a Master of Fine Arts in Graphic Design and an advertising degree, both from Boston University. It's not a typical background for an agent, but directly shapes how I market every home I list. How a property is presented matters enormously, and I take it seriously. I work almost exclusively with sellers. My entire practice is built around one goal: helping folks in the greater Boston area get the best possible outcome when they decide to sell. That includes a wide range of situations. People who've owned their home for years and want to know the right time and the right way to move on. Sellers who are downsizing, trading a large family home for something smaller and more manageable. Families navigating estate sales after losing a parent, often dealing with the Massachusetts probate process at the same time. And sellers whose properties need work, are in a state condition, or have complicated circumstances that a less experienced agent might walk away from. Those complicated situations are actually where I do some of my best work, because most of them aren't as difficult as they first appear. And most sellers in those situations are leaving money on the table simply because they don't have the right guidance. Whatever the situation, my approach is the same. I give you an honest assessment of your property, price it correctly, market it properly, and negotiate hard on your behalf. Now let me come back to something I mentioned at the start, because it comes up constantly. If you've received an unsolicited cash offer from an investor, a letter, a phone call, a text, before you've ever spoken to an agent, I want you to hear this clearly. Those offers are almost never the best outcome. They're designed to be fast and easy, and they're priced accordingly at a significant discount to what your property would actually bring on the open market. Because I am an investor myself, I can evaluate those offers with real precision. The client I mentioned at the start, investors were offering in the 300,000s. She felt like she had no real options. We structured a sale that worked, marketed directly to qualified buyers, and closed at $550,000. That's not a small difference. And it almost didn't happen. If you've received an offer like that, don't sign anything before you talk to someone who can tell you what the property is actually worth. Accurate pricing, experience, and a creative approach paired with the right marketing strategy make all the difference. And that's true whether you're selling a starter home in Norwood or a longtime family home in Newton. Every listing I take starts the same way, an in-person walkthrough before we sign anything. I come to the property with you, give you an honest read on what I see, and deliver a full market analysis so we agree on the right price before the listing agreement is signed. From there, professional photography and floor plans are included on every listing. I develop a marketing plan specific to the property, who the right buyer is and how to reach them. I keep you informed throughout, and I negotiate on your behalf like it matters, because it does. I'm also a certified investor agent specialist, formally trained to assess investment properties and evaluate the offers sellers receive. I've been recognized as a RE/MAX top producer in 2023 and ranked in the top 50 agents in Massachusetts by RE/MAX New England. I say that not to impress you, but so that you know that this isn't a side business. Selling homes is what I do, and I take it seriously. I primarily work across Boston's southwest neighborhoods, West Roxbury, Jamaica Plain, Hyde Park, and throughout the surrounding suburbs, Dedham, Needham, Newton, Westwood, Norwood, Canton, Walpole, and the communities along the Route 128 corridor. If you have a house in any of these areas and you're trying to figure out what your options look like, I'd like to talk. Links to reach me are in the description. You can schedule a free consultation directly. No pressure, no pitch, just an honest conversation about your situation. I've spent 22 years as an agent and 33 years as an investor in this market. I've been through many of the situations my clients bring to me personally. I've upsized, downsized. I've sold the family house that I grew up in and a family estate sale that was in probate. Also, sold my own home after a divorce. So that combination of experience and empathy is what I bring to every sale. I'll talk to you soon.